our guys are working really hard. Okay, we got really smart guys who are talented. So we throw a lot at them. That's one thing I learned last year when I got here, was that our guys can handle a lot of volume. So despite the fact that we'll have 7 new starters on offense, we haven't slowed on the progression of install, and the guys are handling it really well. You know, that again, especially during training camp, where a little different from spring ball. In spring ball, you practice every other day. You have some time to review things. Training camp, it's every day, bang, bang, bang. It keeps going at them. And they're handling it well, you know, especially the young guys. They're coming along.
How aggressive do you want to be in the passing game this year?
Well, I've always placed, we have always placed a lot of importance in balance. You know, I really think you have to be able to run the ball. You have to be able to throw the ball. You want to establish explosives in both the run game and the throw game. And those are critical to the success of any offense. So we will be aggressive in terms of pushing the ball downfield and getting our explosive pass plays. You know, but again, we're always going to run the football, and we're always going to be balanced.
Where have you seen Ryan grow the most from the limited time you got your hands on him last spring to now that he's had a chance to acclimate himself?
Just comfort in general, managing the line of scrimmage and processing information mentally. He's done a good job of that, and you could tell now that he's been here for half a spring ball and was around the guys all summer and into training camp. It's becoming second nature for him, and whether it be in the meeting rooms or on the field, his responses, his reactions are a lot more second nature.
How does the guy in that position, the quarterback position, blend in, for lack of a better term? He's trying to learn the offense and run the offense and take care of the team in some ways.
They got to lead. Quarterbacks always have to lead. Thank you. And that's just establishing relationships, particularly yes, in the meeting room, on the football field, in the weight room, but even outside of the building. And our guys, we talk about it a lot of time. We talk about it all the time about things they can do to establish those relationships and take the extra effort to do so. And all of our guys have done a good job, Ryan included. Ryan probably has a little more difficult than, let's say, some of the guys that have been around. But again, those guys, they've been around the block. They know how to take care of that part of it.
Coach, I think you're Hunter Johnson's 7th offensive coordinator since he started high school. How is he responding in year 2 of your system?
Great. He really is. Again, I think you need to ask him that directly. I can tell you from my perspective, similar what I just said about Ryan, Hunter, now in year 2 is much more proficient mentally and obviously even physically in what we're asking him to do mechanically. So he took big strides this offseason into spring ball and has continued along the same path.
You've been in the NFL. When you face Jim's defenses, are there markers that make you feel like it's an NFL-type defense, or is it more adapted to these players at this level?
Sure. I think it's starting, whether it be college, quote-unquote college scheme, starting to infuse itself into NFL football and vice versa. There's always a lot of carryover. And there's definitely a lot of aspects to it, but he, like all of us, from a coordinator standpoint, are molding the scheme to the players.
How do you see kind of Robinson working with you guys, the Kansas transfer? Where does his role, or what could his role be for you guys this year?
He's got good speed. He's explosive with the ball in his hands. And I was curious how quickly he'd pick up the offense, because he wasn't around obviously in the spring. Being on a quarter system, we get some time in June, and he wasn't around until later. And he's picked it up very quickly, probably a testament to the fact that he's played a lot of football. So that's good to see, and he's bought in to everything we're asking him to do, outside of just learning the scheme from an effort standpoint, from a technique standpoint. He wants to win. He's made that clear. That's why he's here, and he's doing everything he can on his part to take care of that.
I'm just curious, have you given a message to the receivers or talked to them directly about what you want to see out of them this year?
Well, again, when I talk about 7 new starters, we've lost our 4 leading receivers from last year's team. So the message to those guys is there needs to be a sense of urgency, and we need to grow up quickly. And they are. They work. I am so happy with our guys' mentality, with the way they work and how they approach things. We have great kids here, great guys. And so But that's got to obviously translate into production and performance on the field. And that's coming along. Guys are getting more reps, are getting more experience, and they're getting to that point where they're making plays too.